Everyone, how are you? Are you okay? Today, a tutorial about the time. I will show you today a basic timer. Like you see here, I will press play to show you the logic. The logic is quite simple. If the player has a 10 second and it decreases by 1 second each second, and if it reaches 0, he will lose. Like you see, when I move, the time doesn't start decreasing, because this is the game logic. But don't concentrate on the game logic and just focus on the timer. Like here, there when it reaches 0, like a danger, you will see red and animation. I will correct this, and after this I will show you two other logic of timer. First logic is it's a circular timer, like here. It doesn't move, I don't know why. Let's see why. We go to script. Weird. Let's test this if it's working. Excellent, it works. Here is the logic of a time lapse. When the player choose, you will click in the button and you will show the first lap, then the second lap. Like you see, it's not a cumulative time, but it calculates between the last lap and the previous lap, not from the first lap. Like here, like you see 25, 2 seconds, another 1 second, like you see, I think 3, like you see. I don't know that this why it doesn't work. I will see why. Wait, I will go to the script. The script is a little bit clumsy, sorry, but the most important is the code. I will highlight every code I explain, but the thing that bothers me is why it doesn't work. There is a time increase for the radial timer. Let's see why. There is it. Everything okay. Oh, I see. I put the bool to true. It must be not declared. If declared, if yes, it must be set to false, so the if statement can work. So now we press play and you will see the radial timer work. You see, like this. So today I will show you these 3 style of timer, 2 for your respective game and my own logic here for my game. So let's start. First I will show you how I set up this scene. Like you see, we are in a 3D world because it's a 3D game, not a 2D. Like always, my canvas settings is a screen space overlay for the render mode. To canvas scaler, I'll stay with 1920 by 1080. Always the match to 1. Here, nothing specific. This raw image is just the gray background. Like if I disable all here, it's just a gray background. So, and this is this background for this. So we will start with radial. I will make this disappear. So first of all, this is an image. It contains an image component. With the source image a circle. There is it. It's just a hand-drawn circle with empty in with no fill inside, you can draw it in any software of design. So you drag it here, there is the image, you fill it. Always the image type to simple, because per default you will find it in sliced simple. Then you go to the second children, it's another image component, but this time the image type is filled. Like you see before, the image type is simple, but here is filled. You have 4 options, but our option here is filled. Fill method is a radial 360, like we want a full circle. The fill origin from the top and choose anti-clockwise. So you have this feeling that go from the right to the left. The fill amount to 1. So here there's a script, we go to script. I will comment all the logic about. No, just leave it. I will highlight with the mouse. No, this line I will delete it. So let's start. You have an image, I will call it the fill UI. That is this, the black one here. Come on, not every time I switch between the software and the IDE I will got this load time. Second is a text mesh pro UI text. This text is, there is it. I think I forgot to show you. There is it. This is a sample text mesh pro UI. In the middle, that show the player the time he has left. If you UI text, and then is paused. This for the context of when you pause your game. Just a sample bool. Here, like you see, I use this custom function. I will talk about later. But the first thing that is visible, no, it's not visible. Yes, it's visible, but it comes out. Let's go already to the function. This sample function, it takes the time left. The time left is this. I will pass it. Variables about the rotation timer. So you just know we have 2 int. It took the time left and it's equal to the second here. Then you start a coroutine that I named a timer increase. When you go to the coroutine, like you see, like in a coroutine, you need a yield return. Like you see, we have 2. The first one is the most important. That fire the coroutine is 1 second. Fire the coroutine is 1 second. First of all, we have a while loop. The while loop take this int that is here and check if it's superior and or equal to 0. If yes, that means that we have time left. Then we check another condition. We need to know if the game is not paused. If it's not, we have the UI text and we will write the data with a formatted way. The $sign is a formatting method to show data in string format. Like you see, we have this dollar with 2 accolade. So here in this part, you have time left divided by 60. That means the minute, and this the modulo of 16. That means second. So you like here you have like you see here, you have minute, and here you have second with 2 points that dividing. Then we need to take this logic and put it in the fill UI fill amount, and we will use the matf inverse loop. This method it check a float A, float B, and the value. The float A is start value, the time passed is the time we give the player, like in our case here 30 seconds, and the fill it start filling from 0 to this value with the time left. The time left it decrease by 1, so it follow the logic of the 1 second. If the game is not paused, this logic run, else nothing happen, and the coroutine run empty. The all other function it's about the stopwatch timer. So like you see, now we press play and there is it. It works. You have a 30 seconds before the timer end. Excellent. So now we disable the circular and we go to the stopwatch timer. Like you see, it's a very straightforward design. You have a border, a sample image with a gray color, with a text that show the time. Here, where the text of the lap of each lap is shown when we click in this button, and this button it's fire the function. Like you see, it's not visible in the on click on the inspector, because the best method, or I could say the best way, is go in the function and use it here, so it can be executing in every time the script or the scene is reloaded. So I give this lab button the function record lab. I will go and will show you right now. So when we click like this, it doesn't run. Why? Because I need to set this function to running. You can use this logic and use this bool in your game logic and make a condition that make this bool true. So in our case, just for the learning purpose, I will click is running and there is it. The millisecond, the second, and the minute. Like we have 6 done, we have 7, no, 1, 2. So this lap and it keep. So now I will go to the code. This logic of the stopwatch, it's what contain a lot of variable. Like the first one is the text mix pro, this is it. The lab text, like I show you, they are the texts that are below the button. The lab button is self-explanatory. Is this button with the text lap. The elapsed time, it will hold the value between the laps, and this is the ball that fire the logic of the stopwatch. Here we have a list of float elapsed time. That's it what will hold the numerical value of the elapsed time. Forget this two, and we have the last lap time and the exposite. This variable, it's what make stopwatch calculate the time between each lap, not the time between last lap and the first lap. So like here, we use the dynamic declaration. We initialize a new list that hold the float value. We give the lab button the method record lab with the add listener, and we set the last lifetime to 0, so we don't have a cumulative value. we shrink this and we shrink this. Here in the update, it checks if it's running is true. We fire this two line. This elapsed time, it's what count the forwarding time, and we use the data time, a fixed value of frame, and his value depend on the current frame rate of your game. And update time display, when we go to it, is just take the elapsed time and give it to the text, the time text up, like I said, this one, the green one, and we use this format time. There's it's up. It takes the minute, like always the minute we divide by 16. The second modulo 16 is the what we have left from the divide of 16, and for the millisecond we take the fractal values and multiply by 1000. The fractal value are the digits after the dot, like we have this. So this 4 value, it's what we take and we multiply by 1000, so we can get the millisecond value. And like I said before, this formatting, and here we have 1 minute in this 0, so the value of minute will be shown in this 0, the second in 2 0, and the millisecond in this 0. Excellent. The reset stopwatch is like always a reset function that will make every variable to 0, clear all lists, and make any bool to its initial value. Here the record lab is the function that the button has. If it's not running, we return. Else the lab duration, like I said, is the elapsed time minus the last lifetime. Then we take this value and we add it to the list of float. Then we make the last lifetime to elapsed time, so we can always say the current lap minus the last lap. And update display, it's what take the list string, because we have a list of float that hold the numerical values, but we need to show the player the data, and we show the player it with string, so the UI can have the data, the correct data that is shown. Then we use the for loop, and we loop in the lifetime.count, and then we add in this list of string with this format the lap. Then we increase in each iteration by 1 the format time. And like I said, this function is powerful because we can have a direct control of how our time is shown to the player. And in your case, in your game, you can modify this function to suit your need. And here, the function that you will include in your logic, so you can fire the stopwatch or stop it. And then when we press play, we fire the is running, and like you see, there is it. First lap, second lap, third lap. So the logic is explained right now. Excellent. So now the two logic of the time that is widely used in a lot of game, I just explain it. We disable and we return to our game. So like you see, so now I will explain the logic I use in my game. Like you see, my game is just in the process of designing and creating the logic. Like you see, if I stay idle, it starts decreasing. Why? Because the purpose of the game is the player need to keep moving, not stay idle. Why he must not stay idle? Because I will use a spawn system that will spawn enemy that are a turret, and if it doesn't move or destroy the turret will sense to a moving enemy that will attack the ball. So we need to keep moving so we can fix this to 10 seconds and destroy all spawned turrets. Right now I cannot show you because I still develop the logic, but you don't care, you must just care about this logic, the time. So like you see, if I move it returns to 10, if I move idle it starts decreasing. And because I want to add the danger sense, when it reaches 2 it becomes red and with sound. For this problem I will correct it right now. So the timer manager, I made a lot of variable when I test my logic. I think I need to make this no error flagged. Excellent. So like you see, 2 reference for the 2 other scripts, the first script of the ball, the second script of the audio manager. I don't use instance, I don't use the signal pattern. It's not I don't use it, it's better to stay away of or use a little the singleton pattern, because when the project become huge or you have, I will descend here, or you have more than 15 scripts all using the singleton pattern, it will be high coupled code that could fail very easy when you made it sense in one of the root class. So better using the reference of the script so you can access just the desired part of the script. No need for having the access for all the 20 scripts, just the script or the variable that you want in your logic. Here is the time passed. It's the time that you give the player. Like in my script, the timer here, I give 10 seconds. And I think I will make it decrease with more time passing so I can make the player feel the game a little bit harder. But for another day. Here the text mesh pro, the black text original position this, because the second animation of dot win make the text derive from its initial position, and you can make your text outside the screen. And here the variable for the int, 2 variable int for second and minute, and in any related timer logic for highest precision number detection or calculation, use float or double. But in my case I don't need a high flexible timer, just 10 seconds. I don't use the millisecond for precision. I fixed my frame rate for 60, so the data time I can like analyze it and have and know its current value. It hold the start position of text when the game starts. Here we fire the function when the game loop run, and there is a function. The function like this: when the ball is not moving, so the time starts passing by the delta time. It's still decreasing. If you decrease, you have the minute is the end time divided by 60 and second end time mod 16. I think I will write it here. Some people wonder why I don't use the math f round to end. I didn't feel using it because I don't need to round any value of second. Because I don't work in the fractal value, so no need to round. And even I use the milliseconds. If you want, I will show you how I use the millisecond. Delete here. I will show you the millisecond. Like I see before the millisecond, you need to take the fractal value and then multiply it 1000. Here the logic: when player is not moving. Here the logic: when player is moving. So if the player is moving, no need to decrease the time, and we reset the time pass to 10. The second are here. I use it here in this case. I return the text to the value, but I need why I made this before this, so we can see the value of second, then affect it to the current counter text, because if this is before this, it will take the value of this second, because I need to reset everything. I need to reset the timer to its initial number or initial state, and I will return the color to black. Oh no, now we return the color to black. And the best part, dot win, the animation. Like you see the sec, if the ball manos is moving, that means there is no sec. If it's idle, you have 3. This value is what? This value is the time of the secking, 3 seconds. Then we will check if sec is bigger than 0, then we will start the animation. We need to check the rect transform because we have this a text, it's not a game object, a UI. Then we use the dot sec, and sec value we check it from here. Then like I see the force, because we have a lot, I just use the duration and the strength. The strength is 5, because more than 5 it will start become bothersome. It's very difficult. And when you end your animation when you complete it, you make the object return to its initial position. Else, if that means there is no sec, we keep the object in its initial position. So the scripts I explained, it's not a very hard, everyone can do it. I hope you like it, and let's look for the game. I will make another tutorial about it, about the spawn system. And like you see, let's like you see there is it. I made here dot so we can know it's millisecond. There is more, there is. So subscribe, like the video, share your knowledge with us in the comment section. I hope you like the video, and let's stay tuned for the next tutorial, and goodbye.